Alright, I am going to be doing an upload series, and it's probably going to be about 3 long, and it is going to be for people of different races, okay, or people of a mixed race, okay. If you are someone of a mixed race, you might want to listen to this series, and it will be tied into the Bible and how it applies to somebody that is of a mixed race, okay? Now, as far as the Bible is concerned, or God is concerned, God does not like mixing, okay? But does the Bible apply to those who are of a mixed race? Unfortunately, no, okay? What the Bible can do, though, for people of a mixed race is it is a God's Word, for one thing, but it's a book where you can go in order to find out about God. If you want to know God, if you want to know what He's like, if you want to know who He is, if you want to know what He's going to do and what He did do and what is going to happen to His sons, then it would be the place for you to go in order to find all that information out, okay? Other than that, the Bible provides the 10 Commandments. If you were to apply the 10 Commandments to your own life, you would basically live a better life, okay? And so without the 10 Commandments, the world would basically be lawless, okay? But yesterday I did a 2-part series, and it was titled Christian Identity, Israelite Identity, 6th day Adam versus the 8th day Adam, okay? And I was basically calling this person out right here for accusing me and my husband of being involved in what is known as the Christian Identity Movement. And as I explained in this series, the Christian Identity Movement was, the term was coined by the sons of Cain, okay? And it is used in order to unify a group of people called Christians. They call themselves Christians. But in order to be a Christian, a follower of Christ, you can actually be a follower of Christ, but if you are not an Israelite, aka of the Adamic bloodline, you are basically not considered by God to be His son, okay? Okay, so like I said, it's going to be about a 3-part series. Remember, in speaking of the 10 Commandments, that the 10 Commandments were handed down to Moses, who then gave them to a specific race, okay? In regards to Christian identity, I'm going to point out a few people who push this movement, one of them being this guy right here, Dewey Tucker. There are other people, let's see, Eli James, Pastor Arnold Murray of the Shepherd's Chapel, and these people are pushing what is called the 6th and 8th day Adam, okay? And we spoke about an historical figure, man named Thomas Alfred Davies, and he is the first person who came out with the quote Adam, 6th day Adam and 8th day Adam. And these people who I just mentioned are just plagiarizing what they learned from that person, okay? There are a lot of people in between, Bertrand Comparet, just different people in between who have all adopted that belief system and that teaching and are pushing it off onto other people, okay? So let's see. Let me go ahead and refer to my notes. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about the extinction of a certain race. Let's go ahead and look at racial extinction, okay? Now, if we were to look at people that lived on the earth prior to Adam and Eve, then we would think about people like the Neanderthal man, the Cro-Magnon man, the dinosaurs, etc. And we would wonder what happened to them, okay? Why did they become extinct? Where are they today? And was Charles Darwin correct in his analysis of the origins of species? I don't know. We will definitely touch on that a little bit later. But for right now, we would know that according to the laws of nature, when people work against the laws of nature, man becomes extinct, okay? So when we listen to people that are trying to convince us, whether we are Christian or not, that God is going to come down and destroy, humanity, destroy a particular, people because they did this or they did that, that is simply unbiblical and untrue, okay? Because God is only concerned about his own sons, okay? They are the Israelites, as well as the other group of people that are listed in the Bible, and we already identified them as Kenites in several other upload series, and who they are and what is going to happen to them according to God, okay? But we're talking about the Cro-Magnon man. There are there's a lot of information in regards to people that lived on the earth prior to Adam and Eve, okay? And we were talking about what happened to them, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and give a scenario in regards to human nature and what goes on when you go against the laws of nature, okay? And I'm going to use an example. I'm going to use homosexuality as an example, okay? So if you, let's just say this generation that we're living in right now, everyone turned to homosexuality, okay? Let's just say all of the guys turned to homosexuality. Well, that would basically cause a major problem in births, okay? Children being born, babies being born. It would also cause several nasty and disgusting viruses being spread amongst these people, and it would definitely not be good, okay? If no babies are being born, of course there is going to be an extinction of the human race, okay? And I'm talking about the entire human race. So does God really have to come down and, destroy people and kill people and all this other stuff? No. Why? Because man does a great job of doing that himself, okay, by their working against the laws of nature, okay? Now I'm going to talk a little bit about DNA, okay? So we know that as far as Adam and Eve are concerned, Eve was created from the rib of Adam. Okay, these are people that came after there were other people on the earth. Okay, so let's go ahead and read this really quickly. The word for rib in the Hebrew Strongs is 6763 sala. A rib as curved literally of the body or figuratively of a door, etc. Hence a side literally of a person or figuratively of an object or the sky. Architecturally a timber or plank. It comes from Strong's 6760 sla. Curve to limp as if one-sided. The word for rib denotes a curved timber or plank. It is mostly used in context of building foundations and deals directly with material used for the flooring and ceiling. The DNA structure is called the building block of the body. It is our genetic foundation, and it is curved into a double helix. It is this structure that God took one rib of, or one side of, and made a woman. He literally performed the first cell division that we call meiosis, or the dividing of a diploid DNA structure into a haploid structure used in conception. Okay, go ahead and Google that and learn a little bit more about that. I basically brought that up a while back in regards to another upload series that we did in regards to the rib of man. Okay, some people think that God literally took the rib out of Adam's side and stuck it in Eve, or created Eve out of that, which is ridiculous. Okay, it goes along the lines of God creating a worldwide flood. Okay, now we were talking about extinction. Okay, when I start my number 2 upload, we are going to talk about what happens when people mix, or when animals mix, or when plants mix, and I will start that in my number 2 upload.